The final little piece here I just want to mention with you guys is the Community of Inquiry Survey, which is more of a summative kind of assessment here of these 3 different types of presence, or I guess 3 presences, which is a little bit hard to say. Social presence, cognitive presence, and teaching presence. And there's a website to see how they kind of define these things and break these things down. This is the one that anybody who's teaching the online, I'm looking at least a handful of you guys, this is what I pushed to you guys the other day. So I've designed one uniquely for your course with a link that you could just put it into Blackboard or whatever. Larry's actually had Andrea redesign it within Blackboard itself so that he can be tracking what they're doing, and then you're giving some extra credit if they do this and other types of feedback, which is great.
So I'm getting some really high response rates.
Awesome.
Which is a good thing. And then what Andrea has already done, believe it or not, the one that we talked about last night.
Less than 6 hours later.
Right. Andrea's finished.
Yeah.
So what it allows me to do is use the same format, the same process that they're accustomed to.
Okay, great.
And I'll be able to give them their extra credit because they get check marks on Blackboard, as you know, for doing the surveys.
Great. So, I mean, and then the nice thing going forward is that's then shareable to somebody's teaching. Steve, if you want to do this later this summer, and other folks that are teaching, we could just copy that over from your course into their courses. And
exactly.
It's really easy to do. And the folks that I've sent it to, basically it's a Survey Monkey collector for other folks that are doing this summer. Everything looks fine. People clicked on the link and they've seen it and are going to try to deploy it here in the last week or so of the first 6-week session. These were the breakdowns in terms of my course. So there's the overlapping. That's like every presentation has to have the overlapping 3 circles. We've now had it twice if you're counting this little spiel here. But these are some of the numbers that I got last year. So this is again that 5-point scale, and those are pretty high numbers, especially for the teaching presence, which is more of the design and the actual kind of the teaching part of this. What I took from this was maybe trying to find some ways of increasing some of the social presence elements. If I look at the lowest number there out of the 5-point scale, it's the affective expression. So, more communication of emotional reactions to things, not in a weird way where you're going to break down crying while you're talking about the hippocampus. Oh no, you hippocampus. Something to make that connection. And I think I try to do that in the live sessions with various kinds of levity within the presentation, sharing some funny little YouTube clips and that sort of thing. The spiders on drugs, for example, is a huge hit. I've got this other one with the mice. It's called Mouse Party. It's a link from the University of Utah where it shows the direct effects of drugs on the brain. So I've done the part on the brain and I've done the section on drugs and alcohol, and then I sort of connect those two with this little link, and that seems to help.